Right, people, so we're here as always, right, on a daily, but this time I'm going to give you guys a reaction video on black people rate black anime characters hair. All right, so I saw this on my feed, but I decided why not just record myself and give you guys a reaction rather than me watching the video, because I want to make it fully authentic. All right, if you guys are new to this channel, I am an artist, so I do a lot of different types of illustrations, from like anime inspired to like Marvel, DC, any type of pop cultures that you guys are influenced by, you guys are fans of, especially Gojo that you guys see there from Jujutsu Kaisen. So if you guys want me to make a new version of these, right, where I use my photograph as reference, please be sure to put the suggestions in the comments section down below. All right, that'll greatly be appreciated, especially this channel being really small. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into this. All right, I believe I don't have background music, so this is good to go. Let's do it.
Anime has a particular relationship with black people. From comments on Twitter to debates in comment sections, there's plenty of discourse about black culture's impact on the anime sphere. And one particular sphere you don't get a lot of rep in is the anime hair culture. However, we've seen good and bad on both sides of the spectrum. So I have brought in anime expert Tyler Relief and anime non-watcher Daniel Sato, and both black-haired enthusiasts. Yeah?
I'm white.
I find it really interesting of anime expert. What is a real anime expert? I don't really like the title of that. Just call yourself an anime enthusiast because you watch anime. You're not really an expert in anime unless you draw anime or you've been to Japan and you've done a lot of digging beyond the normal person. But just call yourself an enthusiast. That's like me saying I'm a fitness expert. Like, no, I'm a fitness enthusiast. You know, I'm into working out. I'm not an expert in it, you know. I love the training. So it's just me, just nitpicking.
Yeah, we're gonna do our classic F to S tier. Adrian put this together, even though he's not a black member of the black race. Okay, so first we have Kaname Tosin from Bleach, one of the captains of Gote 13.
Those are braids.
Something along the lines of it.
It looks like he has freeform dreads and then braids on top of the freeform.
Yeah, exactly what the guys just said. You gotta also consider that with anime, especially during that time with Bleach, that was years ago, right? This is when I was in high school. So you know how old that is because I'm 105 years old. This was a different time. Internet wasn't as huge. It wasn't as convenient. It wasn't as grandiose as it is now, where you have different race having the accessibility of easily going to Tokyo. Like average consumers or people who work at 9 to 5 are able to just easily go to Tokyo, easy to go here, easy to go there, right? Only people that was doing that back then was if you serve in the military, right? Like the Marines and stuff like that, because they got a base in Okinawa, right? I know that because one of my friends was in the Marines. So what I'm pretty much saying is that even around that time in the 2010s, it wasn't as grandiose as it is now. It was big, but now it's like you're starting to see it become like a melting pot of like even Asians going to Africa or African Americans going to Tokyo, you know, like that is starting to become a normalcy. So back then, when it came down to the culture of it, of Asians still not figuring out the Western culture, especially with African Americans I you could just see like you could see the discrepancy right here, right? Just like with us, if I was drawing something, let's say I was a grown adult back in the 90s or something like that, right, and trying to do Japanese culture, they can tell that there's a disconnect, right? All Caucasians doing the same thing. But yeah, the hairstyle looks very it doesn't make sense, but the character was still cool nonetheless.
form.
Which maybe that's impressive though.
Yeah, he has cornrows.
Yeah,
he
it's
had
cornrows, and then he's like
dreads.
the rest of it, like fuck it, like it's hair grown straight from here going down.
You know those haircuts where it's like multiple haircuts in one?
Yeah.
He's doing that right now. Oh, actually now?
Wait a second, bro.
Oh, they changed.
now
Yeah, in the pictures you're
that
dropping?
you dropped, it looks better. You know,
Way better.
I'm not so mad at him not having like a solid hairline in
Yeah.
these pictures because
Yeah.
like it looks less like dreads and more like curl strands. This is giving me Disney Channel actor.
What does that mean?
You know the black Disney Channel actor. It's a higher scale if it's like more like curly-ish dreads than just curly hair.
Okay, I'm Googling this character, and like, brother, I don't even think the person that made this knows.
That is a fair guess.
Because when you're seeing it, like sometimes it's dreads,
So I
sometimes
think
not.
it's important to recognize that this is one Japanese man making.
That's what I was exactly. It's a Japanese man, and he was lacking the resources at that time. You know, if he was to make it, let's say if you know any Japanese anime making African American characters now they have more information compared to back then. And then also, to be fair, let's be real. Some just didn't really bother. They got lazy. This is called a spade, especially if it's not the main protagonist. They don't put too much work into it, unfortunately.
A black character and telling other Japanese people to just run with it. I'm not surprised that the hair type is fluctuating as it is.
C+.
I'm gonna go C too because
I mean, as far as the hair, we're talking about the hairstyle itself. I would have gave it, yeah, I agree. I'll give it like a C. It can't be a B. It's not as far from accurate. The character design, I'll give it a high score because the character design is sick, and the fact that you got the visor there. The character design look amazing, in my opinion. And I like the contrast with the orange scarf that he got around his neck. But as far as the hairstyle, yeah, I'll give it a C. It's not the worst, but at the same time, it's not great. It's mediocre.
the first pictures on this slide, like the free form with the braids on top, that's
It's not even a scarf.
Like
I don't know what that is, but I like the
a
design.
little bit. Like,
And it's one of those things where it's like if you seen that in real life, it's like, ugh,
yeah, like you like what's popping,
like, take
bro?
a bath.
Okay. Next up from Hood
Ooh.
Classic Naruto, we have Kill.
That don't even look like an African American, to be honest with you. That just looks like Asian or Caucasian that just got a real tan. Kind of looks like Hulk Hogan, you know, like in wrestling how they got those, or like Triple H when they got the major tans, or even look at Braun Breaker. Like those tans don't even look. It's a fake tan, you know, or it's a fake tan mixed with a real tan, and you get something like this.
Killer B.
Before y'all start judging, bro, because y'all, I know people really like this dude. Don't judge him by his character. Judge him by his hair.
I'm judging by what I'm seeing. We got to put aside how cool the character is. We're talking about in terms of the story. We're talking about aesthetics. And to me, aesthetically, I don't look at him as if he's African American. He just looks like, again, someone who's really tan. Before they give a rating, I'm gonna give this easily. I give it the lowest score, a D, a F, because it doesn't make sense. He got the cornrows, right? Let me just show you guys a pointer. He has the cornrows, but then he has the spiky European hair at the bottom. That hair texture is European. That's not African American or African hair texture. That doesn't make any sense. Now, a beard is a beard. I mean, you can always shape it up however you want it. That's just universal. But the bottom part is throwing me off. So that being said, it just looks like, again, I know I'm a broken record. That's not African American, so it's a lowest score for me. And as far as like the design, the way he looks, the design look cool. It don't look bad, you know. I like the design. I just don't see him as African American.
In most
What
contexts,
Or African.
in most
Just,
contexts,
no-
that's the completely wrong move.
No
Please
negroid
judge him by the hair,
descent.
not by his content of character.
His head legitimately looks like he has a volleyball that was cut in half on top
Exactly.
of his head, and he put a goddamn
That's funny.
headband over it, and then it's freaking relaxed. He put texturizer. I don't know what he did, because that's not a black man's head.
That's
There
not a
you
black
go.
man's hair.
That's what I
He
just
does
said.
not look like cornrows. He looked like the Michelin Man up top.
Part in your hair so it looks like you kind of got braids. It's nuts.
I don't know what's happening, bro.
Are we counting facial hair too?
Yeah, I'd say yes.
No.
I think that counts.
What's black facial hair?
The lineup on
Nah, I do disagree with that. I see what he means by it being extremely sharp. However, you can shape it up. That's what I mean. Like, you can't really critique the facial hair unless the bottom area is like spiky. Then you could be like, okay, that's European texture, but it's not. So yeah, like anybody with Negroid descent can have facial hair like that if you shape it up really sharp. If your barber does it for you.
the beard is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
it is. That is insane.
Like Hulk Hogan,
Everything
brother.
is a little sharp. Like, but yeah, I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah,
Man got the Tony Stark.
that is the Tony.
This shit literally looked like corn row, like actual rows, like the actual
Cornfield.
Rows of corn.
farm.
Like actual agriculture.
Like, yeah, it's just, like actually like
A lot of these
tilled
Naruto fans
farm.
will be like, "What the
Literally
what the hell,
I
man?"
was like, no, when I said corn, see, here's something lost in translation. It's like when I said corn rows, I didn't mean
Corn rose.
What is the origin of cornrows, and is it slavery?
Have a concept you've been dying to make?
What is this? Get out of here, ad. I can't even skip it. All right.
All right, we're doing the next one.
That's not funny.
Well, cornrows apparently was to help guide. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was to help guide. That was their way of figuring out incognito ways to get out of the slave master. So they'll create cornrows in their heads as a map, you know. And then also in terms of that's African American history of cornrows. Now, and when it comes down to African history of that, a lot of it was just to show design of beauty, right? Like especially if you look at the old Bible, the history of having like the Samson Delilah, like the long hair, never cut it. Hence the reason why you see like the Rastafarians with the dreadlocks, with my terrible Jamaican accent, you know. So you will see that being a depiction. Back then, it wasn't to cut your hair; it was to let it grow forever. But yeah, cornrows. There's so many history behind it. I don't know the full logistics, but whoever in the comment section knows the truth behind it, just put it in the comment section below.
Where are we ranking this?
D.
Yeah, that's the lowest
I've had
one.
a couple of these
That
days
one
where
was
your hair
not
looks
good.
nuts, so you put the bandana on.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yo, he low key cooked you.
He's right, but he's so real though.
He said, my hair is ugly and I can't take care of it when it's so trash.
Asian dude is like, I'm not jumping in this. Hell no, that's a landmine. Let them talk. You ever see that before? Where it's like, I've seen it a few times. Whenever like I'll hang out with a group of like African Americans like myself, and there'll be like one white or one Asian or one Hispanic, and in the group, and they don't want to step toes. They really don't, right? Especially Caucasian. They don't want to step on eggshells at all. Ironically, but the irony is that if it's the other way around, and it's a group of white people and you're the only black person there, now they feel more comfortable to talk about certain things that they didn't want to address earlier. It's funny how that works.
Ash, I don't know
Yes,
what to do with it. I put
Damn.
a bandana on.
Next up, we have Mira from Soul Eater.
What? Wow, what the? Okay, first off, let me just give my commentary before they give their commentary. I don't know this anime. I like that they tried, especially like the left hand side. You know, anime is about exaggeration, right? I like that they tried. However, everything else to me falls apart. Why does she have blue eyes? They should know, especially this looks more like a modern anime. So now the technology, the awareness, access of references by Googling African American women, you got you got the information in front of you, right? Why give them blue eyes? That doesn't make sense. It's extremely rare for any Negroid descent to have blue eyes. Just doesn't really exist. Like a 0.0000001%, right? So the closest then is to give light brown hazel eyes or very pale gray eyes. You could see that with extremely light skin. What I'm saying, like I'm kind of light skinned. I'm light skinned, but I'm not light skin like Haas twins, right? Use them for example. They are extremely pale light skin, right? That their eyes are like gray. They're not blue eyes, but they're like gray. That's the closest thing as far as like eye color that's bright that you could give to African Americans. Blue eyes make no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. I know you're going to say, but anime is about exaggeration, but it's exaggeration that makes sense. Like you see a lot of the Caucasians or Asians there. Well, pretty much they're influenced by Caucasians. Let's be real, right? And they'll have like green, blue, all these neon colors. That works for some reason because of their skin tone. African Americans, nah. You can exaggerate with an afro. You can exaggerate with other features. Not their eyes. Not their eye color like that. And also the hair, it doesn't know what it is. Like, is it straight? Like, you could see that it has an edge to it. And African Americans or African Negroid descent, we don't have an edge to our hair. The sharpness of that. We don't have that. So it seems as if it's more like this person is like a European imposter. Like they're an imposter. Like they're pretending to be African American. They probably took one of those. I kind of seen this in some show where they took some of these Europeans. They'll take these pills to put more melanin into their skin, and then they end up looking darker after that. It seemed like that's her doing that, right? She has that. So yeah, this doesn't seem. I'll give this a D in my opinion. It got the braids here, but then the edges throws it off with the blue eyes. Then the nose is really, really non-existent. I know that's anime style, but it just doesn't work with this being African descent. So that's a D for me.
Okay, yeah. I think she got Erykah Badu hair. I like this. I like this a lot.
I don't agree
with
that.
The second picture on the right, it just looks a little too like I'm being nitpicky here. It's just it has some curl texture to it. On the right one, it's a little straighter, so it's just like it seems like they just don't know how to draw black hair.
An easy fix is if you just curl the lines just a little bit. Just don't make it straight on the edges that like stick out. Just so it can give like sort of that effect that a lot of girls have when they have.
I was thinking making it a little bit more cylindrical.
Yeah, but even with her hair, she looks mixed, right? She looks mixed, but that's besides the point. At least there's consistency with her curly hair, right? It goes from the strings right here, like Superman, and it goes all the way down, right? The curly, wavy hair. This one don't have that. It has a angular shape that's sharp at the bottom, which don't make any sense.
Or even just don't even split the strands at the end. Just keep the one braid.
We are having very serious, actual, intriguing discussion. I found this.
Oh no. Yo, that is crazy. That's not even human. What is that? That's terrible.
Oh my god.
Collective black disappointment and Adrian.
Easy fix to the picture on the right.
The right.
I think the left one, the one on the one on the right. I mean, oh my fucking god, dude.
Tyler, what are you trying to say right now? Actually, like, I was.
You don't know it's left from right.
Directions.
Can we have something? Like, I actually am confused now.
The one where she looks like a mummy, like it's all consistent, and I kind of like that better because you went straight with the dreads.
I agree, and this one I'm like,
Those aren't.
like this, but
I don't think those are dreads though. Those just look like braids to me. They don't look like dreads, but
her hair do look like beams that these people be landing and getting stabbed through in movies.
To Danny's earlier point, though, this could look way better if they just add some baby hairs or put some edges on it.
Yo, okay, this is a hot take, man. I personally don't like those, man. Okay, I know I'm a fan of Michael Jackson. I shouldn't say fan. I really like his music, and it looked cool on him. And that was a different style. I mean, that was a different era back then during the 80s. So a lot of them had the baby hairs and all that chemical stuff to create that look. But now it's just nasty, man. I personally don't like it. It's overkill. It's tacky, just like the thick eyelashes. I just don't like it, man. I personally don't like it. I don't think it needs to be in cartoon depiction. Unless the character's face look really cool, I just don't personally like the baby hairs. That's a hot take. That's just my opinion.
Where y'all want to put it?
I mean, stylistically, I think the silhouette is cool. So I won't say it's like a D, but
I'll give it a D.
Like a C for me. Christian would have made a joke that we haven't made. Her name is Mira Niggas, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, Christian would have said that?
He would have been like, bro, look at that name.
Yeah, Christian would have been like,
he can't say it.
Her name is kind of crazy, bro.
It's like Voldemort. You can't say it.
Oh my god.
You can't say
I
it.
thought her just dropping N-bombs.
No.
Next up is Sam from...
What is that? Whoa. What is that? It looked like she's wearing like a sheep hair, like a sheep wig. It's not like I'm saying cheap wig. You get it? Sheep wig. I mean, the face looks nice. The eyes. If this is supposed to be some sort of an alien, that I can't really critique it, or some sort of a futuristic character, take us someplace in the future where they got different eyes that they put on to see certain things beyond the normal viewing, okay, because it kind of looks like that, because there's nobody in this world will have neon green and purple, so you can get away with doing stuff like this where no other race will have eye colors like that, right? But other than that, the volume of the lips is fine. Not every African descent or anyone who is African American or Negroid need to have full volume lips. That's just, you don't need to, right? They all come in different shapes and sizes, right? But normally that is the case. Normally, as a stereotype.
Netflix hit, not a hit show kind of sucks.
I need to see more images of her.
You know, like there's a
Oh, okay. That's a better image of her. At least out of all of them, skin tone, the volume of the lips, at least there's more features where it's more passable as being African American. Also, the guy from Bleach as well, as far as his facial features too. Just the hair threw it off. As far as this hair, this is definitely not an African descent hair at all. This just looks like its own thing. It looks like it's like inspired by sheep. But I do like the royalty aspects of it with the jewelry around it. So by having that accessory, at least it gives me the impression that it has its own fashion. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it has a fashion license or liberty, right? It has that approach to it where it's not meant to look like the typical X, Y, and Z. It's its own individual style. So as much as I'm roasting it looking like a sheep, having a jewelry, having a shape surrounded with that, to me, I can't really give a category because it's not trying to be like a typical African American hairstyle. It's not trying to be anything. It's just its own thing. So I will just leave it up in the air, and you guys can decide where would you rank this character as far as the hair and all that.
Common thing in the black community where they say black women that date white men have like bad wigs,
Like Doja Cat.
Yeah, like the Doja Cat wigs, right? And that's what
Doja Cat is so. I'm not gonna go there. Let's continue.
she got on her head right now in this right picture.
I don't know.
I need to get water.
What? You don't see
That
it?
is
I can
a
pull
wig.
it up right now. I can pull up.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I think it's like cool, like desert. Like I like the hair clippings and everything. If I could see the edges, maybe I agree with you because
Look
that's
at what's on her head, brother. Like, I'm just.
Please don't tell me that's the same person. Because if that is the same person, then I'm going to have to give it a terrible score. Because this is not African American or African descent hairstyle at all. The one on the right. If this is the same person, and let's just say it is the same person, right? Then I'm going to have to give it a D. It's the lowest score. The hair texture is European. This is not African American. This is European all the way. This looks like a really tan version of Princess Peach from Mario. No, absolutely no. This is like imposter. You're trying to act like you're African American. We found this person. Same thing what I said with the European taking those melanin pills to make themselves darker. Yeah, they'll look like this. So yeah, I take it back if it's the same person.
Can we just be honest? You're talking about the hair clippings. Look what's on her head.
It's cool.
Oh my God, bro. Okay.
What don't you like about it? With those girls that you're talking about, the reason why like it looks off-putting is because you look at their wig and you can literally still see like the lining of the wig.
I will say that's clearly a wig. It's giving wig. It's giving wig weave.
If I'm just going,
It's not a wig. It's just giving someone who's white that took melanin pills.
going by the one on the left, I really like I feel
Yeah.
like A tier.
I can
You know
tell
what I mean? I really
a
like
black person was in the room when this person was designed.
The one on the right, he had to go to the bathroom right quick, and they was like, "Yo, fix it!"
Fix it is crazy. Cannon Busters sounds like some sexual double entendre. By the way.
What did you say?
You don't
Oh,
need
this one makes me
Oh, yeah, this
so
one's
upset.
tough.
Also,
Oh, Attack on Titans. I remember this character. Yeah, I mean, all of the stuff of the features, I don't know why it makes the person upset. Maybe because of the hairline. I don't know. We gotta look at more images, but for what I'm seeing, it's clearly this is a Negroid, you know. So I'm gonna give this a high score. It looks like an African character. I don't see features that says otherwise.
So close. So-
Attack on Titan.
Tyler, how you say this? How you say his name?
Anyonkampon.
General thoughts.
The lineup is so
Oh, they tell that lineup is crazy. That lineup. Well, you know what? It's one of those things when I was a kid and I was like, I remember when I was in middle school, I would like draw this African American main character, and I wasn't really good at lining up, and it kind of reminds me of that. You know, it definitely reminds me of that. But you know what? Yeah, the lineup is crazy. But out of all of them, at least this is the most accurate African American. But it kind of looks like he has that lineup is crazy. It's like whoop, and then fade. Hey, at least he got a fade, right? Let's see what they're gonna say.
Lineup is great.
crisp, but the fade is just not there, bro. The fade is not there. Like instead of the fade going from like 0 to full,
Yeah.
how do you line up a fade?
But yeah, this is crazy work.
There is no fade. Like
Yeah,
there's
this
no
is
fade. He
crazy
just has
work.
a hair
In the
on top of his
manga,
head.
it looks a little
There's
better,
nothing fading.
but not really.
Okay, for people who are not African American, they don't know what a fade is. Pretty much a fade is like a transition. That's what I mean by fade. A fade is a transition between the light part of your Caesar that goes up right here. So the transition between your skin or the lightest part of your haircut transitioning upwards to where your hair is like has full volume. That's what a fade is. So they're saying that his fade is terrible because they're saying how over here there's no transition, right? There's no transition. Now, as far as animation, that's a lot to animate when the hairstyle has that transitioning going on. So they make it easier by just making it just a block, right? Think of it like Blade. Like when Wesley Snipes' Blade, he has no fade. It's just hair and then the stylized cut hair that's there. Or M'Baku from Black Panther movie. He has no fade, right? So it's one of those things that African Americans are like, oh, because we've been to the barbershop many times. And yeah, we're very nitpicky when it comes down to that.
On a technical level, this is
because other race don't care. They're like, I don't see the problem. I don't know. Not that they don't care. They just don't really see it because they don't know what a fade is. So there you go.
impressive. On a hair level, bro, get that shit faded. I'm gonna have to go D to C derogatory.
I mean, if they're talking about hair, right? And of course, they're going to be a stickler when it comes down to that because that's a familiar hair that a lot of African Americans have. However, at the same time, as far as the way he looks African American. He looks African. Got the volume lips. He got the wide, not wide, but he has the features of the nose, right? I don't see a problem with it. I clearly don't see a problem. I would have gave this a high, maybe a B overall. But again, they judge him by the hairstyle. Okay, he just needs a fade. I want to give it a D. I mean, look at the Princess Peach with a tan. That's even worse, or the others. So, it is what it is.
Maybe I'm weird in this, but when I see a fresh lineup, like anywhere, I'm like, dang.
That's why I'm saying C derogatory.
It makes it even like worse for this because you look at him first, like the middle picture, you're like, dang,
yeah,
he clean. Then you see the side, it's like, what happened though?
It was
follow through. So I'm feeling a C derogatory too, because just a fumble.
I mean, Attack on Titan is one of the greatest animes ever, so that's
okay.
You know what? Because this is Attack on Titan,
being biased.
I'm saying C derogatory, but that's just me. Next up, we have Canary from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, look at that hairstyle. You know what? I've seen a few African American women cosplaying as her. I personally like it actually. I think this is a step in the right direction. It kind of looks like Will Smith's daughter in a way. Looks like a young version of Will Smith's daughter. But yeah, I kind of like it. Definitely got the texture. I like the exaggeration. See, this is what anime should lean towards. You could tell they did their homework and they implemented that with her hairstyle. So let's see if there's more images of her. But yeah, so far, this one's a high score for me.
Our first.
It's crazy because this is. I am also going to say S to A tier. Me personally, I think the style is okay, but it's the best representation.
Yeah, I agree. Like the eyes look a little bit too big there, but then again, it's anime. The eye color is good. That's the right eye color. It's not blue. It's not yellow. It's not green. Right? It's hazel. Good. The nose. That's the right representation. The volume in terms of her lips. That's good. Yeah, and there's nothing here that screams this is a European that's pretending to be African American, aka like blackface. I'm not seeing that at all. So yeah, this is the best one I've seen so far.
Of black hair yet
with an exaggeration, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so
this is a good
curb, I have to give it like a high ranking. How it's drawn fits for what a black one would have as hair, and it's a style that stands out. Like, I like that a lot.
The gravity defyingness of this is very real life, so I really like that. I think that's a black queen right there. So
also shout out Rihanna for being a constant Hunter x Hunter fan.
What is this, Rihanna? What is this? That hairstyle look crazy. At least this one at the bottom. Okay, I can see that. But the top one. Yeah, at least nowadays a lot of celebrities are being more open to all of this, right? Let me see if I could find, where is it? I made something way back. Let me see if I can find it. This is like my old channel. My other channel that I drew these two characters, which is Raven and Kimberly. Here it is. So I made this a year ago. You guys can see it. Just see if I can blow it up. You know, let me blow it up. There we go. So I made like Raven and Kimberly. So, you know, you gotta understand the features and captivate it, right? I gotta move it up like this. Sorry, guys. So, like, you know, get in the hair, get the nose, get all those features. Even though, yes, I looked at reference of Raven, but you also still gotta captivate it properly. So when I drew this, you know, it's important to get the features. And since I am, you know, African, you know, descent, all that stuff, I have a extreme familiarity and full understanding, right? So it's all about that, especially with her as well, you know, volume of the lips, eyes, eye color, all that stuff, especially the hair as well. I always say Kimberly is a really good, like Street Fighter 6, they did a good job with Kimberly. But yeah, so that's that. And this was the sketch version of it, right? So when I make this, it's the sketch version. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that. Let me bring this down. All right, let's get back into this.
Does she watch Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, I put it in chat. She did a
Oh, that's
Canary
cool.
cosplay and she made her hair like the one.
This is
So,
sick,
yeah.
actually.
This same guy that did this also made a pedophile that no one did.
Oh,
I know it's a hair video, but they even did the lips right, bro.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
No
that
joke.
too. Like, this is the blackest black character that looks like a black person. Moving on, but not really moving on. We have Canary again, but from Hunter x Hunter 1999.
wow! What is that? Is that Sideshow Bob? Is that Sideshow Bob? Sideshow Bob. That is not African American. That is same hairstyle, but God, I look like Carrot Top. Looks bad.
He just looks like Willow Smith. Willow
It
Smith.
does look like Willow.
Nah, the other one looks like Willow Smith. Remember I said that? This one, nah.
It's a downgrade.
Sideshow
for sure.
Bob.
This looked like the Sicily flag.
No, we just. You ever seen the Sicily flag?
Oh, right. Right. That one.
Yo, that flag is creepy. Yeah, that's a creepy flag. Let me not say that. Actually, no, I'm gonna say it. No disrespect. It just creased me out. I mean, hey, for people who are Sicilian, hey, not degrading your flag. I'm just saying, first impression, I got a little creeped out.
Like, what happened?
She looked like Yo-Yo 808, bro. Like,
Look like Sideshow Bub.
You notice the hair ends on this? It's actually the same as the new one, but the new one feels like it feels very off.
it's because it's too much hair.
Yeah.
Like, the silhouette is very
Yeah,
scary.
she fucking Knucklesy Echidna over here.
Looked like she cut out the arms of like red puffer jackets and just glued it on her hair. I can't even unsee it now, Danny. This is Willow Smith, really?
Yeah.
No joke. C, by the way.
This one?
C is average, right?
I hate this.
Wait a
He said, I
minute.
hate this. I'm mad,
think I
bruh.
lost
You know
my
what? Okay,
record
D,
golden.
D, D.
This is an F.
This shit is rough.
The way it
Whoa.
sits on top of her throat.
The way you said that was like
That's an
Kendrick.
F.
I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way you did it.
But I guess I know.
Next up,
I know.
Sister Crone.
Yo, that is creepy. What is that? That's a creepy. It looks like she's a maid? Sister Crone. What anime is this? Yo, that is creepy, man. It's the lighting too. What is it taking place during the slavery? Like, master, it's time to get rid of you. That's crazy. What? I mean, it looks African American to me. Yeah, I mean, it looks African American. Yeah. Let's see what they have to say.
From the promised.
This hair looks like I feel like it looks accurate, but she looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like this is anti-black. I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah. It looks like it's. I don't know the story behind it, but it just looks like it's taking place during Jim Crow or slavery times. Because of the hairstyle and all that. Oh, supposed to be creepy.
That either. Oh my god.
Yo, it's even more creepy in the manga. Dang, nah, that will give people nightmares.
Kill it with hammers. Well, it's crazy to think this is an improvement.
Oh my god.
What's Dr. Umar saying about this, Danny?
No, this needs to be gone.
Adrian hasn't chimed in. What do you think of this?
I cannot state any opinion on this matter.
That means you think it's so
He doesn't want to step on eggshells. Trust me when I say this, people. If it was the other way around and he's around his people and there's only one African American male or female, he will become more comfortable. They will all become comfortable, right? They're like, yeah, doesn't it look like this? Yeah, doesn't it, right? Doesn't got the features. That's just how people are. Even gender, you know, if there's one guy full of like women as a group, they're gonna all speak their mind compared to one woman with like full of guys. You know, actually, let me take that back. Because nowadays, women. Let's go.
No.
Let's move on. Next up, we have Kaz Khan or.
What is that? What? That's D F F F F.
Anime Jaden Smith from Neo Yokio.
We had Willow, now we have actual.
Took the melanin pills.
Okay.
Melanin pills. Took the melanin pills.
It's not even free-forming no more. It's just growing, bro.
His shit
look
looked
at the
like
middle.
His shit looked like McDonald's fries. I think this is just held back by the art style because I feel like Jaden would know better.
And his hair don't even fit him, bro. It looks like a phase. It looks
like a face.
My girl broke up.
Took melanin pills. It's a European man. Took melanin pills.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I probably would hate this anime too.
It's not even black.
I'm not even gonna watch it. I'm gonna call this anime ass.
I love Neo Yokio.
I'd put this in F.
Yeah.
I say
throw it in the garbage.
I'll say F. I'll say D. And next up, we have your.
Yo, that's. I didn't know. Childhood ruined. Look at my face right now. My face is. Yo. Okay. That's not black. If anything, you could argue by saying this person looks more Indian or Hispanic. Indian or Hispanic. Definitely not black. Look at the hair texture. Okay? Black women never will have hair texture like that. Never, naturally. Unless they put on a wig. Or they put a lot of iron in and they're destroying the roots of their hair to just look similar to that. Other than that, no. Again, put on a wig. But naturally, no. This is, look at the eye color too. So she got to put on contacts and a wig. No, this is Indian or Hispanic. I never knew this character was supposed to be black. My childhood has been ruined. This is not good.
Why you sniffing the mic, bro? I ain't even got the name out yet. It's been on screen for 4 frames. Get this brother some water. This is Yoruichi from Bleach. Focus.
And anyways, the problem with a lot of like dark skin or black characters is that you can kind of tell that they.
I'm gonna let it rock. I'm gonna get some water.
You know, the hairstyles that don't fit them. Yeah. But this actually looks like a good like straightened out.
Yeah, this is what I would consider like leaning towards the more anime black people hair. She put the hot comb to that bitch.
Has Danny seen the Yoruichi pose?
Should the side pose or the front pose?
The side.
I really think all people that
what the
are good.
I come back to this.
Yeah, that's my conclusion.
Adrian Googled Yoruichi oiled up. This is the first shit. I'd also like to go on the record. This is fan art. This is not real art.
Okay. I was about to say.
This isn't canon?
Nope, it's not canon.
Oh, that just ruined it. You just told me Santa Claus isn't real. I was gonna say A, but knock her down for C for that. No, I'm just playing. I'd say A.
Yeah, I'd say A.
So
A?
explain to me why.
The hell's wrong with these people? That ain't no A. That's D. That's F. No way you look at that person and be like, yeah, that's African American. It's not all about the skin tone, okay? It's not all about the skin tone. I didn't even know when I was younger, even now. I was like, I thought this person was something else. Not an African or black woman. It looks Hispanic. It looks Indian. Right? And again, that's a stereotype just because it has the red dot in the middle. No, that doesn't always mean that it is Indian because it has a red dot in the middle. This character looks of a different race. That's not black.
Y'all had to have this cheek went out.
Because it's your reach.
But I can say,
Adrian got that saying to
wait a minute.
Is she a human or like does she have
I
human
think
She's
I
a
look
person, but she transforms into that. Wait, that shit
I'm saying in the picture like I'm saying in the picture
Wait a
that I'm looking at,
minute.
that doesn't look like a cat. That looks like a human being naked
I
with a
take
tail.
a
So
look,
I'm like,
my rapping on the final doorstep. Final doorstep. But I guess I know. Just like I'm Menagon. Let me stop.
like does she have
Fucking
human
copyright.
coochie? It's a reasonable question. You guys are looking at me like I'm crazy.
Next up, we have
Ooh,
Kuzan.
ass.
This was One Piece. Y'all can just tell by the art style. See, this character to me would have worked if the character had a little bit more of a tan, because it has a lot of the, it has the features, right? You could see the texture of it being an afro. The lips don't need to have volume to show that it's African American, but at least by looking at it, it could come off as Hispanic. He looks more Hispanic to me than black, in my opinion. But let's see other angles.
From One Piece.
That's god dang tier, baby.
Yeah, they're saying that because the character design looks sick. But the reason why I'm gonna ding it points, I'm gonna say this looks more Hispanic. And let me tell you why. Because there are more European features, like for example, his nose. Black people don't have noses like that. Our noses are not angular like that. On average, our noses are more flattened as opposed to angular like his right here. You see how angled his nose is, the bridge and everything is too narrow and angular, where it comes off as if this person is either mixed like a Drake, right? That's the closest that I could give, or a J. Cole type, where he's black and white, or he's Hispanic, but not fully black. Or like a Doja Cat, but not fully black. Definitely not. Cool character, but not fully black in my opinion. So that being said, everything else, I'll give it like a B. Give it a B. If the nose was wider, just a bit more flattened, and he was a little bit more of a tan, this would have been a very high tier. Very, very high tier.
This is
good.
This is good.
Yeah.
They're caught up in how cool he looks because he has the rounded glasses, right? The rounded shades with the puffy hair sticking out, and he has a really cool dripped out outfit. So they're caught up in the way he looks aesthetically that they're gassed up, right? They're glazing him, so to speak. That's what they call it nowadays, glazing.
Yeah,
I
especially with the goggles.
yeah,
too.
bro, this is actually cold.
You got that slick back to the goddamn fro.
Yeah, to the
slick
puffs.
back
Oh,
fro.
dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cap. This is nice.
I imagine this what The Rock would look like if he had hair.
There are pictures of The Rock with hair.
But he would look better with this.
Fact.
See what I mean? Proves my point. They said The Rock with hair. The Rock is half black and half Samoan. All right? And even with the black, it comes from his father comes, I forgot. It's like the same area from The Weeknd and where they're from. But they have a little bit of European descent in there too. So they're mixed even from that African race. Because a lot of them are light-skinned. Like Ethiopians, right? Some of them are light-skinned. They got a little tiny bit of European descent in them. Colonization.
This is peak Unk hair, bro.
Yeah, no, this is peak Unk hair.
It's like, hey, what you know about turntables? What you know about return to the Mac?
I definitely hear like an 80s groove playing as he's talking.
Where we ranking this?
1997. Wow.
S. I'm saying
They made it as they glazing this,
Moving
man.
on. My dog, Muhammad.
That looks, yeah. See what I mean? Once you add when you get the nose right, and again, not all African Americans either have big volume lips, but that's a depiction. But when you add that there, and then along with the skin tone, it's not complicated. Once you have that, people could just tell automatically, you know. And this works for this character in this world because everything is so exaggerated. Look at the beats and all that. Yeah, this to me, I will give it a S tier because of the exaggeration of the anime characteristics of this world, and it's exaggerated well with this African American or African. So this to me is S tier.
Ahmed Abdal from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3. Bro rocking the Bantu.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, this is S tier. This is S tier, and I like the. See, anime is about exaggeration, and they did a very good job with black exaggeration and giving like tubes as his hair. That's cool. It's because it works with this world. You know, they wasn't conservative with it. They took risk, and then also the chains being big. This is the best one I've seen so far. I like this character design. Yeah, this is good.
This is crazy,
That's terrible.
bro.
That's terrible.
Yo, Danny, is this hip hop?
It low-key is.
He said it low key is.
If I'm being honest, yo, this dude looked like for the Times Square people that be selling their CDs. He looked like he got a CD of his mixtape he gonna sell you. This is a real human being.
He looked like he sell essential oils.
Facts. No cap. I'm giving it an A.
I'm actually also gonna give it an A. I think it's a rough. To me, it's a little rough because
They took
his hair do
risk in
kinda
a good
come off
way.
as rigatoni. But I see that they're trying to do Bantu knots, and I think that's the fact that was even.
I like the tube. See, this is what I'm talking about. They took risk of the culture. You know, they didn't take risk of making it European and then make it a tan. No, they done their research. They done their research, and this shows.
on the mind at all to Araki is, I think, pretty sick.
You gotta be deeply rooted in the culture to really even know, you know what I'm saying? So because of that, I'm giving it B.
But the execution, the more I look at it, I'm like, damn, bro, with these Lego block hair.
But I think it's the art.
My only critique, though, is the ponytail. Why is the ponytail angular and straight like that? That throws it off. Give it the right texture, you know? Have it be a bit more frizzy rather than like it's straight angular like it's European. So now I'll give it an A tier just because of that.
Style,
I
man.
nitpick.
I think it's the art.
No,
It is what it is.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
Does it decrease points if I say this looks better from far away? imagine your barber, when your barber does this.
then he goes, "It look better from far away." We all good? Were we putting it together?
B, I'm gonna be.
See, sir, of the race don't get the joke. They're like, I don't know. I just go and get my haircut, dude. Like that's where I go, bro. Like, look, I don't understand what they're saying, man. Like, usually when I go out there, I just get my hair cut, and I don't understand the joke. I mean, when he just cut my hair, that he looked far away, and I mean, isn't that supposed to be like a good thing? I'm so lost, man. Yo, man, it's just, that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, when I don't go to the barbershop anymore, just because they're expensive. They're expensive nowadays. So I don't really go there anymore. But nonetheless, when I used to go years ago, right? He is right. They're right. When the barber is constantly just like, yo, oh man. They don't want to make it too much like, because if they do that, they're like, damn. But they always do this like, in their mind is like, how am I gonna fix it? I kind of messed up his hairline. How am I gonna fix it? Let me go back in there. Oh man, those moments, man. Especially when it's done, and then you look at it, like you're done, man, and you just like, you got the apron on. Yo, how does it look? It look good, right? Yeah, man, it look good, right? And then you just like. But on the outside, you're like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't want to give this guy my money. Damn, he messed up my hairline.
Okay. Now for our final one, we have Afro.
Afro Samurai, man. Now this was sick. I like this. This is top tier for me. Because look at, this is supposed to take place during that time. They have no friggin' haircuts and none of that. So I like the exaggeration of it. And this is what I mean by the tip. You see how like even from here, it continues with the rough curvature of the texture. It ain't just go all like thin and straight like European hairstyle. This is top tier. And he got the sideburns too. Yeah, nah, this is cool.
From Afro Samurai. What we thinking?
This is a classic guy. This afro sucks. This afro is nasty.
Yo, this afro is like Smash Bros. Final boss.
What year is this? He kind of just has to let it rock.
No.
They being biased. He has to let it rock. There's no haircuts at this time. So I like that they went with an exaggerated look. It wouldn't make sense if his afro is kept. Why would they make his afro kept? It doesn't make sense. So I like the exaggeration where it kind of goes, it takes its own, is whimsical. So I give it's up there in my opinion.
What period is it?
Like a neo-future feudal Japan.
Oh, are
so
they
technically
actually
they're
in the future? Never mind.
Even in feudal Japan, bro, it's like a lot of like old like Japanese people that look like very clean and sheen with their hair. All you have to do is wake up and do this, and you're good, bro.
I'm giving it a D derogatory.
D derogatory.
What is a D derogatory? Nigga, that's F.
At that point, you're just failing the class without credit.
But like, it's a D and it's not good.
I'm fine with that. Now knowing the time period, I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
I give it. I think they was too harsh on it. I personally like it. It makes sense with the character in terms of what he was going through in the storyline, and he's a warrior, you know. So they don't really have, especially with him. He's a Ronin warrior, you know, he's a lone wolf. So he don't got time to make himself look pretty and keep himself clean. He is a samurai, you know, he's not high ranking samurai like he's protecting the royal guard, because if he was doing that, then he'll look cleaner. But no, he's a dude who's like a mercenary. He just does his own thing. He don't got time to clean himself up.
We have our quintessential black anime hair rating.
I still disagree with this one here. Like, let's see.
I'm fine with that. Now knowing the time period, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We have our.
Yeah, I disagree with this one completely. Makes no sense. S tier for her. I agree with the one that looks like Willow Smith. The one next to the guy from One Piece, I would have given him more of a B. This guy here, I will give him an A. This one here, I'll give her a C. This character here, I'll give him a B. This character here, I'll give her a D.
Our quintessential black anime hair.
This character here, I would give him a higher ranking, like a B, just because he looks black.
Rating. Having seen all these, Tyler is someone who watches.
And I do agree with these two. I would have given him an F. I would have gave him a B on Afro Samurai.
Anime, and Danny is someone who doesn't.
And then the F1, I agree with the Sideshow Bob. So yeah, this was a good video. This was good. Like I said, guys, you know, I'm an artist as well, so you guys seen the illustrations that you guys are seeing right here. So if you have any suggestions of anime characters done right, if you want me to make them into African American versions, let me know. Put it in the comment section below and say, hey, I want this character, but I want them to be in a black version. And trust me, I'm an expert. I will give it to you guys, all right? All right? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.